Yo, what's good, YouTube? Today we reacted to every fight in Dragon Ball ranked by Totally Not Mark. So let's get this shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Incogni. More on them later. They said it couldn't be done. They said that no one would ever be dumb enough to siphon through every single fight in this series to create the ultimate Dragon Ball fight tier list. Well, whoever said that never met me. So, what are the rules? Number one, I am only counting the canon fights, and this means no Dragon Ball.
I low-key wanted to do DBZ. Like, I want to do DBZ first, because I want to see his shit to DBZ. But I can't skip him doing Dragon Ball
GT or non-canon.
I'ma let y'all know if I agree with his rankings or not, or to let y'all know if I would switch anything.
We need to be able to see the fight for it to count, which means no Krillin versus Tambourine, despite that fight contributing to the story significantly and technically happening.
No off-screen shit.
There are no rules.
This series will be divided into 3 separate videos, culminating with a 4th and final top 20 to determine which Dragon Ball fights are the very best of them all.
Word, okay. Starting with OG Dragon Ball, baby. Only canon fights legit just made his workload so much easier. No, deadass.
The original search for the Dragon Balls had quite a few fights to its name. Too bad most of them aren't actually going to rank well at all. Goku versus a big fish, a literal pterodactyl, a bear thief, boss rabbits.
Yeah, are we including these? Are we including these?
Just don't do enough to warrant.
Okay, all right, thank guys. I was about to say, I'm like, we not including it, right? Because the title is every fight.
And you know what? Yeah, that's fine. But it's not going to wow me in any way. I'm pretty sure most of you didn't even remember Goku fought that bear thief anyway, so yeah.
Well, I recently rewatched Dragon Ball with Kayana, watching it for the first time very recently. So yeah, I actually remember.
All right, now time for the heavy
Right
hitters.
now we on Saiyan Saga of DBZ.
I'm talking Goku versus Oolong. All right, look, it's funny.
I don't remember it being much of a fight.
2 second-long fights I described earlier, and it serves as a mechanism that introduces Oolong to the main character.
Chat, because I don't want the video to be way too long, we are going to be skipping around.
Plus, the fight sets the stage for the wacky fights Dragon Ball will eventually...
I'm sorry, I'm totally in my mark. I usually watch your Totally Not Mark. I watch your videos all the way through all the time, but because I'm streaming and watching your stuff, and I got to keep the videos short, I'm just going to be skipping through. I might come back though.
Become known for like boss rap in Yacht battle against some
what up? We got Goku versus
his
Yamcha.
First or second confrontation with Goku, or his battle against Goku's Uzaru form. In effect, the only fights with substantial drama to
the beginning fights weren't really much of fights and shit like that.
On the same level as Oolong and Boss Rabbit in terms of entertainment and narrative significance, the climax is another story. Though, through our first glimpse of the Uzaru, we learn the true fate of Goku's late grandpa. It is surprisingly tragic, adds complexity to Goku's character, and adds the perfect amount of drama to the conclusion of this battle. And with that, we have our first C tier rank. Thankfully, the quality is
we doing this shit in tiers. Big A. 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. Yes, sir.
Something you'll realize from this
moment
onwards
this is where
is
Dragon Ball really starts
to Battle Shonen changes a few things. What were once a few chance encounters relegated to bottom tier will henceforth increase in number and scope and frequency. Case in point, there are a few encounters during Goku and Krillin's training arc. The saber-toothed cat, Lunch's pursuer, off Budokai.
Let's get right. I want to get right to like the main shit.
Whether that be Krillin's emotional growth since his training days.
Wait.
Or
he's going through them in order and then putting them on a tier list. Is that what he's doing? See, this is what happens when you skip, yo.
And Goku versus Namu, we gain insight into how formidable Goku is.
This is what happens when y'all skip, yo.
Roshi's ambition, knowing full well.
So I think he's going through them literally in order and then putting them on a tier list. Okay.
Last tournament, Roshi enlists himself as the most important lesson either fighter stands to learn is that no matter how strong you think you are, there could always be someone stronger.
I wish he had like letters near them or like a tier list that we could see. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is, guys. There it is, guys.
Something special. Possibly the single most underrated Dragon Ball fight in existence.
Yeah, Goku versus Jackie Chun is a good fight.
In Akira Toriyama's journey as a fighter. Brimming with all of the comedic
it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
And sense of duty when things go
like I said, we're going to be skipping through it.
The day of the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, Roshi knows the best thing for Goku.
I thought he put Goku versus Jackie Chun in C. That's why I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was low-key like, C is kind of a little too low. Okay, never mind.
What an incredible fight!
Yeah.
And our first
Because
bona
Goku versus
fide-
Jackie Chan definitely deserves S tier for this John. Roshi and that tongue. Roshi and that tongue. No,
S
dead ass,
tier.
bro. This man always sticking out his
Okay,
tongue in OG
pause.
Dragon Ball, bro.
This is-
Yeah, that
whether
definitely
it's
deserves
second
S tier for sure.
And then
1,000,000%. Like I said, we're gonna be skipping through.
Fights in this arc are either super quick, low scene of the most.
Oh, Red Ribbon Army arc.
Silver approach apparently stopped me from giving the.
I'm not gonna lie.
Very tasteful
The only
example
Red
of
Ribbon
what
Army fight I care about is Goku versus
Jam is the
Tao.
best fight
General
of this
Tao.
arc.
Goku versus General Tao.
While
Yeah,
this is technically
Goku versus
two
General
distinct
Tao
fights,
was
both
good. I give it an
fighters
A
offer
tier.
something unique and
I give it an
fun.
A
The first
tier.
is Goku's first real decisive.
Because this is like Goku's first fight was someone that genuinely actually wants to, excuse me, kill him.
monstrous
Like
defeat at the
a threat
hands of the villain.
that wants to kill him.
It is intense, it's scary, and he comes this close to
To
being
die. He
killed.
almost
I like this
died,
because
yeah.
the fight sets in motion Goku's journey to Korin
If
Tower
that
and
Dragon
his
Ball
adventure
wasn't
with
in his
Krillin
shirt,
there,
he
which
deadass
is
would've died.
way better than the second time he goes there. By the way, it's again bathed in philosophy that
We already
Goku
know how you
can
feel
learn
about the
from,
second
and
time.
as that second fight rolls around, man, is it ever satisfying to see Tao finally get what he deserves after everything he did to Upa. Easy
Yeah,
A
easy
tier,
A
I
tier
think,
for
which is
sure.
weird
100%.
because that's not the climax of the arc. Goku versus the Red Ribbon Army
Yes.
base and General Black is.
Yeah,
It's
when
super action packed
he
and
he
cathartic
goes
in the
he goes into the freaking was mercenary base and just wipes the floor with the entire
Goku
army.
effectively dismantled this organization with his bare hands, but outside
give
of
it
a
a
bit of
solid
friendly
B
fire
tier.
by General Black, there's not a lot to this. It's significant in the story, sure, but after seeing how far the drama in this series can be pushed,
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like this was a formality more than a satisfying payoff. C tier overall could have been better
That's okay. Yeah.
story, but because thanks to
Baba's arc,
salute
I'm
and
skipping
Goku-
low key.
patience.
Well,
Solid story
Goku versus his
structure and
grandpa,
demonstrates to his
S tier.
grandpa
For
just how
story-
beyond. It's arguably
For story, like
early
I feel like
going of the story.
Oh, he put
a
it at
solid B tier entry. The 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai is sort of the
well, if we're talking about fighting hands, it wasn't like all that. So yeah, but story wise, like S tier for story wise, but everything overall, I think A. I would give it an A. Everything overall.
The 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai is sort of the forgotten middle
Yep,
child of the
22nd
Dragon Ball tournament
Budokai
trilogy.
Tenkaichi.
And while it doesn't achieve the highs
This
of
is the
either
one where he fought
21st
Tien.
or 23rd, it does offer the story its first substantial progression, without eyeing us to
I want to get to
Tiffany
Goku
Shinhan
versus
shows
Tien.
us
Like,
very
okay,
short
Yamcha
is
versus
a solid
Tien.
C tier.
C tier,
Picking up
yeah.
some points for acting as the
It kind of starts the initiative of showing.
Yeah,
He just said.
Without this
he
fight,
just- he
all
just said
subsequent
it.
matchups with
He
this
just
is
said it.
Dragonon is a good example of a great B tier entry. It's not super
Jackie
long, but
Chung
it
versus
offers a lot
Tien,
more to
B,
work with
yeah.
in terms of story. We've got Roshi trying to fix
Chat, be honest, bro. Are y'all mad that I'm skipping a lot? It's because I mainly want to watch the Dragon Ball Z one. I like Dragon Ball, but I love Dragon Ball Z though. You feel me? And shit like that.
the
So
Tenshinhan out, Tenshinhan
and I want to keep this video short and shit like that.
Roshi and
alright,
ultimately
good.
Roshi teaching Tenshinhan his first
Because I know some people be hating when people be skipping through shit. Or
major
whatever,
lesson
shit
by
like that. I'm just trying to get to the
voluntarily
important
jumping
bits,
out of
bro.
bounds. With
Because
the
DBZ is
quote
what I
exit
grew
with,
up on. Yeah, bro.
it's quite an
DBZ,
era that's
bro.
dawning, I do think.
That's
all
what I'm trying to
hold
get
a
on,
special
you feel me?
place in my heart. It tells us everything we need to know about Tenshinhan and the potential he has. Also fitting within this tier list is Goku versus Krillin. There's not much to say
Bro,
about
Goku versus Krillin was a good fight.
this
Like
fight.
rewatching that shit with Kayana, I was like, yo, this fight is good, bro. I remember I forgot how good this fight is. Like I didn't forget, but it just a tad bit. I was like, damn, bro, I forgot how
the
good this
journey
shit
of Goku and
is.
Krillin has been a storied venture, and for it to come to a head here,
I
felt
think this
frenzy
is
and complete.
it's a solid A tier, bro. It's a solid A tier.
But we all knew
I wouldn't even be mad at if someone gave it
this one was
S.
going to end, didn't we? Solid B tier.
Like
Well, I'll
for
tell
me,
you
it's a
what's not
solid
B
A.
tier. Goku
versus
Tenshinhan.
Tien Shinhan.
Hello, A
Like this is
A
good.
tier.
This is
Now
this
forced
is
to hand
also
the
a
reins
solid
of
A
stopping
tier.
Goku over to Tenshinhan. Roshi looks on as the two most likely to succeed him as Earth's defenders.
Goku versus Tien
duke
was
it
a
out for the
good
right to
fight.
call themselves
Especially the
strongest
end
under the heavens.
Where
While
how
we have the
Goku got
story of Goku
eliminated
develop-
because of the fucking car. I remember watching that as a kid and I was like, yo, this guy got hold, bro. Now, chat, if y'all know, West Coast, we got introduced to DBZ before Dragon Ball. So I watched DBZ first and then I watched Dragon Ball after as Goku as a kid. So watching how Goku, raised up to become the adult that he was after DBZ and DBZ and shit like that, Like I was like, oh wow, bro. Like it made me appreciate Goku
We're all
even
familiar
more.
with Ten Shinhan, and his growing distaste for the Crane School offers this battle a much-needed air of emotional complexity and tension. Plus, the battle is epic.
That's just the way that the West was introduced to Dragon Ball, bro. Because back then there wasn't really that much anime websites and shit like that. There wasn't anime websites at all back then. So we got introduced on television, DBZ, and then once shit got introduced through computer, like the websites and shit like that back in the day, like watch DBZ, something like that, whatever. They had like DBZ website paired with the One Piece, Fairy Tail, Bleach, and Naruto. To the niggas that are in their 20s, y'all know what I'm talking about. To anyone that's below 20s, y'all are not gonna know what I'm talking about. And then on Cartoon Network, what's it called? When DBZ got introduced, that shit was on Toonami and shit like that. That shit was on Toonami, so I'd watch it through there. That's what I would watch it through and shit like that. But yeah, anyone that's not in their 20s, y'all do not know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Being Goku's biggest battle in terms of
don't.
creativity and scope, Ten Shinhan facilitates a worthy opponent that brings Goku to the very
sir,
brink.
Toonami,
Seriously,
bro, know you Toonami.
the way the winner is called at the end of this fight is
Yeah, bro, him hitting the car, like he only lost this fight because of that fucking car, bro.
edge of your seat.
Dead ass.
Brilliant. A
Like,
tier.
But it's good that he lost though, because he came back to the other tournament knowing that he didn't win. King
Let's get this out of the
Piccolo
way
arc.
first. The King Piccolo arc has a lot of fights that amount to a one-shot
Yeah.
about Pac does offer something
The
significant.
only fight I really care about is
thematic
Goku
to
versus
consider. This
King
is the
Piccolo.
moment the current guardian of the Earth failed. Following Goku running off and going rogue,
Yeah, and
Roshi
Roshi
feels like
versus King
this.
Piccolo
It's super
is
short and
trying
this
to-
tension-building moment into consider. I think terrain fight think by this nothing ends at the exact piece of story when the fight is the
Versus
consequence
Big
of Goku's
Pickle.
rash actions and holds a ton of significance within the arc
Like,
because of that.
dude,
And it is
what
such a
editor
shame
put
it doesn't
Big
execute
Pickle?
on this idea better during its conclusion. Thankfully, their final encounter in the arc's climax is far better. Goku
Their
versus King
final
Piccolo
fight,
Round 2
I think
is
I give
not
it
the best
A or a
villain fight
B.
within Dragon Ball by any measure,
Nah,
but it
probably
is
a
the
B.
first, and as such, does a surprising amount.
I give it
right.
a B.
Thematically, this is Goku's coming out party as
Big
the Earth's
Pickle.
defender once Roshi and Tenshinhan.
I really like the way Goku versus Big Pickle. These niggas got me saying Big Pickle. Oh my gosh, I like the way that Goku versus Big Pickle ended.
In effect,
Goku like going through his chest, like punching and shit like that from down below. He literally charged a Kamehameha with his
Buck quite
feet, I
literally
believe.
stops at Goku.
That shit
He
was
knows
flying it with his
but
feet.
does he look nervous? Nope.
Because he literally,
And
he
that's
deadass
what
could
makes
not
Goku
walk.
such an empowering character to follow. He takes his legs
Oh wait, no, that wasn't the feet thing. He just blasted down. I think I forgot
and
how he did.
still
it.
manages to
Even
get
though I
up,
literally recently watched it like a couple months ago.
try his
You
best,
fuck with
and
Big
fully
Pickles?
believe in himself.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
It's a powerful fight.
I'm not
and
gonna,
one
I'm not gonna
worthy of
answer
the
that. I
tier,
don't
in
think
my
I'm gonna
opinion.
answer that.
Now, I thought that's where this arc's fights concluded, but I was forgetful Mark's either to go. It rounds
Oh, yeah,
in
Goku
deep
versus Mr.
surprise.
Popo.
Goku versus
And then the
King
final
Shark.
arc,
One fight like
Goku
shit,
versus
or they
Piccolo
and Roshi packed
Is the best fight in all of Dragon Ball. No one can tell me
earn the respect
otherwise.
of both Tenshinhan troops from his evil past.
Oh,
and
yeah.
finally, sweeping back on that is somehow wild a moment out against
Yeah,
Piccolo
a
Jr.
lot of
just
stuff
out
happened
making
during
this
this
bout
arc.
with Shen begging for exploration and second Tenkaichi Budokai.
Oh, yeah,
Honestly,
Goku
I'd
versus
almost
Tien
put it
Part
in
2.
S tier, I think it's that good.
Dude, this
But
fight
alas,
is
it will
good.
have
This
to
fight is
remain
good.
on
Yeah,
A
good.
tier.
Solid
What
A
can I
tier,
say about
solid
it?
A
It's an
tier.
improvement on the prior matchup in
Yeah.
terms of choreography. Plus, the fact that it's a rematch offers the Clash a unique brand of interest.
This
How much
one was
better
good.
has
I fucked with
Tenshinhan
this
become?
one.
What about Goku? The fight also acts as the first instance of Goku using weighted clothing and
Yeah.
is brimming with some genuinely creative solutions to combat problems that
I really want to
impressive
get
with
to
Joe versus
Goku versus
already
Piccolo. I want to
and
see what he
thrilling
gets.
from
Because
start
this
to
fight,
finish. There
this
are
fight
no
is
dull
the
moments.
best fight of
Number
all
two,
of OG
thematically,
Dragon Ball.
this
By
is
the way,
Goku's
I'm not
coming
talking about all
out
of Dragon
as the
Ball.
Earth's
That'd be
defender
crazy.
in a serious
OG
full-time
Dragon
capacity.
Ball.
But additionally,
Goku
it
versus
reinforces that
Piccolo.
he never
Best
stops
fight.
thinking
It's the
of a
final
single
fight. This is when he does the
moment or
feet Kamehameha.
opportunity
Yeah.
to learn. Even when down
This
with
shit
no
was
hope
so
of survival,
good.
he not only manages
The
to
tension,
win,
too.
but does so while making sure to adhere to the rules of the tournament itself. It is
Yeah.
mind-boggling. And number 3, characterization. This fight shows you who Goku is and
Yeah.
what he is all about. perhaps better than any other, while also offering Piccolo the chance to strut his stuff in one of the single best fights in the entire series. That moment
It's
where
definitely
Goku
one of the
charges
best
at
fights in the
Piccolo to this
series.
day still gives me chills, and no other fight in this first half of the series even comes close
Close to
capturing its
no
aura.
dead
This
ass
fight
S tier.
defines
S
and
tier,
lives
like literally
in S tier.
dead ass.
Oh.
It's so
Continue.
good.
In a few days,
Alright.
I'm going to be releasing.
Chat, I want to watch the Dragon. I know I said I wasn't gonna do the Dragon Ball Z one today, but I'm gonna do it. All right, for YouTube though, I gotta close that video out. I wanted to make it as short as possible so I can start another one. Bless your mind, bless your body, bless your soul. Peace out. Okay. All right. I really wanted to get the Z one. The Z one is